Hey guys, Neomis here. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the rumors for Wilfried Zaha still being linked to Arsenal Football Club, as well as a bit of a review on the Arsenal-Angers game that recently finished just now. Stay tuned to my thoughts and my views, and if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button and follow me on Twitter and all social media platforms at King Neomis, and it should be about here. Now, stay tuned and let's go. So, big story is that, well, first of all, Nicolas Pepe deal is basically done. He's done the medical. It's just that Arsenal haven't decided to come out and say that they've signed the player. But we've seen all the pictures, everything is on social media. Go check on Twitter, it's on my Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's on my Instagram, at King Neomis. Either way, we have signed Pepe, and you know what? It's a very good signing. I think he'll bring some extra quality to our attack. And you know what? I remember when it first came out, everybody was a bit surprised by it, but I don't think I should be surprised by the fact that Unai Emery's looking to replicate the type of team that he built when he was at PSG, when you had three big hitters playing in a three-prong attack in Cavani, Neymar and Mbappe, and we're gonna have the best three-prong attack in the Premier League with Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pepe, and I cannot wait to see Arsenal have those three up front together. Now, you would have think that with Pepe coming in, that means that no more Wilfried Zaha. Bye-bye Wilfried Zaha. Like, no more. But seems that Arsenal somehow still have more money in the bank to be able to get a deal done. They say that they're still interested in Wilfried Zaha, which baffles me. I cannot believe it. Like, I genuinely thought that was it. No Wilfried Zaha deal is going to get done. But, and this is a big but, and the reason why the Zaha deal didn't get done in the first place was to do with the fact that Crystal Palace don't want to sell. Now, I know that Arsenal are trying to still get this deal done. They're still trying to be in talks with Crystal Palace about trying to get something done. But I was arguing with someone on Twitter the other day about the same issue. Palace just don't want to sell. They really don't. They're not interested in selling. They're not interested in spending money. They don't want to do the hard graft that is needed to help grow a side. Like, honestly, this is just that they're a club at the moment that they are just focused on getting some rich investor to come and purchase their club. They're not interested in really buying any expensive players, and they're not interested in selling any of their most expensive players. And this is where Palace is, unfortunately. This is why the Wilfried Zaha deal isn't going to get done. A few days ago, we heard that Everton went and had another bid in with 60 mil and like several players, including the likes of Czech Thompson, and I believe Walcott was in talks as well of being a player that could have been a make weight as well of money to get in Wilfried Zaha, and they automatically rejected it. And it's one of these situations where it's like, what more can you do? Yes, he's a Crystal Palace player. Yes, it's up to Crystal Palace to be able to sell him. But if you have a player that's come out and said that I want to be sold, like, come on. Like, and you're getting a player to replace him. Okay, he won't quite be at the same level as a Wilfried Zaha, but when you look at the money that they've gotten for the likes of Wan-Bissaka, they got what, 50 million for Wan-Bissaka? They probably got what, at least 40 million cash up front. Like, they haven't invested any money, plus the money that they would get within the Premier League, and they would also get money for Zaha. Like, Palace should be doing big things, but they're not interested. I mean, look at what Villa have done, and this is why this deal won't get done, because Crystal Palace just do not want to sell. Now, I know that's the story, but I cannot believe it. I can't believe that this deal is actually going to get done. But let's see what happens. Today is what, 31st of July, and we got about another week to go, and let's see how it really goes. So yeah, we'll see what happens from there. But for me, I just don't think that this Zaha deal is going to get done. Crystal Palace are stubborn, they don't want to sell, and that's really the end of that. And really finally, the Angers game, Arsenal won the game on penalties, 4-3. A miss by their striker, I can't remember his name, and a miss by Mkhitaryan, and also a miss by Jeff Rene Adelaide, which allowed us to win the game. So thanks, Jeff, for that. Overall, I thought that we played okay. I think there was some spurts where we could have done a lot better, particularly in the first half. I didn't think that the likes of Eddie Nketiah had a good game, to be really honest. I think that that's something that he needs to probably do a lot better on, especially his hold-up play. I know I was watching the Guna talk like a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he was saying that, you know, he wasn't quite sure on Eddie Nketiah making it at Arsenal. And that's one thing that I will say, is that he does need to improve, like, just the ability to, when he receives the ball back to goal, to hold on to it. I mean, even if it's just for like a couple seconds, to then be able to pass it on to someone else, like, he has to learn to do that. And that's why, for me, for our next game against Barcelona, it's our final preseason game against Barcelona on Sunday, I hope he does get to start, and I would very much like, and I hope he does score, because for me, I know this is a bit harsh to say, if he does score, it means that he could probably make it in the first team, or being a substitute for Arsenal. If not, it means that overall his pre-season has been bang average, and it probably means that he needs to go out on loan to get some minutes to continue developing as a striker, because I'm not sure right now whether he will actually score 10 goals within a season, being more as like a super sub for Arsenal. And maybe that's the reason why, you know, some of these rumours about the likes of Moise Kean have come up, and why these rumours on Wilfried Zaha is coming up as well, who can also play as a striker along with Pepe. But let's really see what happens in regards to Eddie Nketiah. Big player who I thought did really well, and again surprised me, was Gabriel Martinelli. He is a player who, you know, I thought, you know, would be nowhere near some of even the academy players, but I think he's kind of proved me wrong a bit. I thought his ability to spot danger, he tracked back well, to spot opportunities, which for me is a sign of a top player, and I think that he did really well in regards to that, and was for me one of the shining lights, along with Joe Willock in the second half, and Dominic Thompson at left back as well. I thought had a really good solid game on top of that. But it's one of those where, again, it's pre-seasons. We don't know if there's going to be any one of these young academy players that might really enter the fray towards making a difference within the first team. So for me, I see Martinelli for at least another season being within the academy setup. I also think he needs to learn English, and I know that will take time, but I do hope that he gets at least 1 year within the academy, maybe another year on loan for him to develop, and then I think he'll be ready, because right now I would put him on the same level as Bukayo Saka, who wasn't at the preseason game today there as well. Another player for me to go out on loan has to be Zach Medley. For me, not good enough. Very naive in some of his decision making. You could see that there's a player there, but he does need experience on playing senior football, and for me he has to go out on loan for just go out on loan, get that experience. He needs it first and foremost, and for me those are kind of like my main highlights. But guys, leave your comments below on what you thought about the game against Angers. Do you agree with me? What did you think of Martinelli? Check out my Instagram page. Check out some of the goal highlights there that I've posted, as well as on my Twitter page at King Neomis. And let me know your thoughts, as well as the thoughts on Wilfried Zaha. Do you think that this is some complete and utter bullshit, or do you think that there's actually something to it there? Again, leave your comments below. Let's get a discussion going, and I will see you again next time. Peace.